Welcome to Lane Stadium, home of the Virginia Tech Hokies. The Hokies will put it away to start the game. On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So Clemson's offense will go on the attack first. We have got a tremendous matchup between these two running backs, both stars in their own right, and David both ready to make a huge impact.
I mean, how fun is it to have two guys, one on each side, when they have the football, like they can go the distance. Just dynamics.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
And that's the first sack of the day, but I'll tell you what, this team's been doing it so far throughout the season. They're in the top 10 in sacks for a reason. They pin their ears back, and they get after quarterbacks.
The Tigers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Back to pass on second down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Leon. And tackled there by the defense. Sandman entered earlier, and now they're trying to make it go night-night on this third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed over the middle. It's Murray. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. Clemson will send the punt team out. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Signals for the fair catch and hauls it in just shy of the 30. So Virginia Tech's offense will go to work for the first time. And last week, you want to talk about a guy using every tool in the bag from the running back position. David, this guy did it.
He was a monster, man. I think when you turned on the tape this week, you saw it, man. So many different ways he could hurt you, and he could be a focal point of this offense. The defense, they know well and good of what happened last week. And their first objective this week, Palmer, is to stop that dude.
Yeah, they know the entire offense goes through him. All week long, they've been stressing tackling, staying in your gaps, waiting at the point of attack, getting as many hats to the football as humanly possible, because you can't shut this guy down. You can only hope to contain him, but what a challenge this defense faces today.
That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously, the politically
strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
That is an awesome play up front right there, crashing that play in the backfield. And it's funny, you know, you think back to Clemson. Remember when Trevor Lawrence won a national title his true freshman year? It wasn't necessarily about Trevor Lawrence. They won that title because of their defensive dominance, especially on the D-line. That may have been the best D-line we've ever seen in college football. And I tell you, sometimes this dude looks like he could start on that D-line. He's that talented.
Running behind that left side. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4. And we might as well state the obvious. First and second down didn't work out. Third and very long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Going to throw it over the top of the knee. Makes the grab deep. What a play to get it inside the red zone, and they are set up at the 17. Off the play fake on first down to throw. He's got it. He gets it in. Touchdown, Hokies. They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary and make that big play.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. So it's a 77-yard touchdown drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Those two failed to make the connection. It's an incomplete pass. Trying to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. They'll leave it with him. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fields the punt. Wants to make a play. He couldn't find much running room there. Didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. Off-play action on first down. Snagged out of the air. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. As you watch how a season unfolds and you get off to a good start like these guys have in ACC play, that momentum can really be powerful.
Oh, 100%. The momentum, the confidence. Like, you go from starting the season and saying, we want to be great in these areas, and now you're starting to see it.
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Quick step and go. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
A lot of quarterbacks have so much confidence that they can fit the ball in tight windows. How about the defensive player right here making an unbelievable interception, forcing the turnover, big play, big momentum swing.
Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Caught behind the line. It's Brooks. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down. Going to swing it on second down. Here's the pressure. There he goes. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Handoff from the shotgun. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. The Tigers with a second and short to keep this drive moving. On the move, it's Scott. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. These fans touching the figurative hokey stone, doing their part to help out on deep shot for the end zone. Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be fourth down. They'll play it safe and try for 3. Nestled just inside that right upright. That'll bring him to within 4.
And so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And we're about to get another look at this hokey offense. Off to a good start here, and back to work now with a 7-3 lead. Got it in the middle. It's Wiggins. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Got his man on the right. And this defense has its work cut out to get this dude on the ground. He was shedding serious tackles on his way to picking up the first. If the Hokies can keep this up in the passing game, that'll make them touch that hokey stone with a little more enthusiasm.
Yeah, it'll get them jacked up.
Turning it on. Nice pickup. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll do it himself. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4. And the Hokies with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. gives it on the option. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. Surging forward on the sneak. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. The Hokies kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Looking to throw on first down. Pulls it in. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. So now it's 2nd and long. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Catch in the middle, it's Wiggins. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Virginia Tech is on top. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. Looks as if this will be a 51-yard attempt. Right down the boulevard. Now up by 7 points here in the second. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Southern Miss is trailing right now, but I'm not ready to say this team is out of it. Not after the way this group has rallied around that coach. It really has been something to see. They're trailing by just 4 to Appalachian State. Anything can happen down the stretch here in the Sun Belt. It's why we're here to keep you posted, fellas.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Looking for space, it's Scott. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Scott. He's knocked down just short of the 30 at the 29-yard line. It brings up 4th down. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to